and the bottom of the First Division. Championship points at stake in the Manchester derby at Old Trafford. The outcome just as important for survival as Notts County meets Spurs. We've got the rest of the action from both the matches and the liveliest comment on First Division affairs from Jimmy Greaves with Gary Newbon. But first stop is Meadow Lane, Nottingham. Life becoming increasingly desperate for next to bottom Notts County. Spurs also needing the points to lift them clear of the relegation belt. Our commentators are Jimmy Greaves and Alan Parry.
Notts County haven't won a league game this year, and their problems are made worse by the loss of key defender Dean Yates and their captain Phil Turner, who are both out for the rest of the season because of injuries. In an attempt to improve their terrible scoring record, County have brought in Australian international striker Frank Farina for his full league debut. Tottenham, just 3 places above Notts County in the table, are strengthened by the return of Paul Stewart after suspension and Pat van den Hauwe, who comes back after injury, but they'll be without the injured Gordon Durie tonight. His place in attack goes to Paul Walsh. The referee from Norfolk is Jim Borrett. So it's Notts County in the stripes who get us underway, attacking from left to right. Tottenham in their chain strip of all yellow. Notts County, who have gone 14 league matches without a win, 1 place off the bottom of the table, 6 games to go. They could do themselves a power of good today by beating Tottenham and Coventry, their fellow strugglers, on Saturday. Chris Shaw belting it forward. Draper couldn't control it. Howells finding Lineker for Tottenham. Now Gray, that's an excellent through ball. Danger here. Howells in the clear. Only the keeper to beat. But what a great challenge that was to deny him. Howells must have thought the first goal of the game was to be his then.
Well, it was a great ball played through by Andy Gray, and really, Howells should have capitalised on this. He had all the time in the world, took it too easy. A great tackle by the defender, but really down to Howells that Tottenham are not one up.
Lifted forward for Farina to chase, but offside. Useful free kick that by Edinburgh. Lineker just beaten to it though. It breaks for Walsh. He's got Stewart in a great position here. And again it took a last-ditch tackle to deny Tottenham a goal. Dryden, the player who got across with the cover this time.
Well, you have to say in the early stages of the game it's Tottenham that are making all the opportunities, and really they should be at least a goal up now. Bad control by Paul Stewart. But it's a small pitch, and they seem to be finding a lot of room, though, Tottenham.
And they found room again in the penalty area here. Allen goes round the back and fails to find enough room for the cross. The referee has actually reversed the throw. Either Dryden tried to steal a yard or two, presumably, or took too much time. It must have been the former, because Tottenham have got the throw. And that could be fatal, because Andy Gray can get a prodigious distance on these throws. And did so. Howells trying to set it up for Stewart, gets it back to Gray in the end, and that'll be a free kick to Tottenham. Or has the referee, in fact, given the corner? Anyway, it's Tottenham's ball, and Andy Gray really forced the issue then with Harding. And a free kick indeed it is.
Well, certainly from a county point of view, they've brought all this on themselves by a stupid throw-in decision.
Gray whipping it over to Cundy, far post, and it's off the line. And the wind just took the clearance high into the air and out for a corner. Well, Tottenham could hardly have come closer other than putting the ball in the net here. two great tackles and then a clearance off the line, and we've still only had, what, about 9 minutes of football.
Yes, certainly looking comfortable for Tottenham at the moment. It doesn't look to be much County can do against this.
Difficult one here as Stewart flicks it on near post, but behind it goes. Goal kick. Walsh gets there ahead of Palmer. Tottenham get the throw. And a good early throw by Gray. That's intelligent play. Lineker has got Stewart in the middle and finds him. That would have been some goal, a matter of inches in it, and Paul Stewart so close to giving Tottenham the lead.
It was a great piece of play by Tottenham. Not so much for the header, which was a super header, but a great run by Gary Lineker. And from a throw-in, really, which didn't really belong to Tottenham Hotspur, felt pretty certain it was Notts County's. But the old 1-2 and Tottenham were superb.
Craig Shaw's header, his brother Chris helps it on, and a good header by Lund. This could be dangerous. They've got plenty forward here. Chris Shaw's been made to really sprint though, and the tackle by Cundy was illegal, says the referee. Free kick to Notts County.
Actually, County were lucky to get away with that because it was a really awful ball by Draper, and to get a free kick out of it, they're very fortunate.
Draper himself will take it, and it looks good. Oh, that was close. Craig Shaw's header flying past the upright.
Well, the old defences are not looking too clever tonight as the attacking sides take advantage almost willy-nilly.
Here's Allen, another one from a footballing family. Chris Shaw. Well, I think that underlined the anxiety obvious in Notts County's position in the table. He really ought to have made a better job of that. Gray with the kick. It looks good. Cherry claimed it, but it was turned in ahead of him. Gary Lineker got there ahead of the goalkeeper for that beautifully flighted corner. It must have been the merest of touches. It was enough.
Yeah, good corner put in, and Lineker's on the end of it, as you can see. Got to go down to the goalkeeper, unfortunately. Goalkeeper's got to come for them. You can't argue about it. Good goal by Lineker, but at the same time, you've got to say, where's my goalkeeper?
Two County players going for the same ball then. Eventually it's Williams who lifts it on. Gray, stronger than Wilson, but then gives the ball away. Dryden. That's a bad ball. Straight to Howells. And the linesman had flagged for offside then that didn't look likely either. I think the linesman on our far side is having one of those nights. That's the end of the first half. Boos, I think not aimed at Notts County, rather at the officials who've upset the crowd here. The scoreline has upset them even more though. Gary Lineker's 31st goal of the season, that merest touch glancing header, beating Steve Cherry, the Notts County goalkeeper. And at half-time in this relegation battle, it's Notts County 0, Tottenham Hotspur 1. So Spurs get the second half underway, leading by 1-0. They'll go up 3 places if they win here tonight. This the first of 3 successive away games for Tottenham, and with their dreadful home record, 11 defeats at White Hart Lane, they're actually looking forward to 3 away trips. They certainly looked the better side in the first half, and if they're striking had been as good as their build-up play, they would have been comfortably in the lead. Goal kick. Few anxious faces on the Tottenham bench.
Well, no one's cracked a joke there this evening, have they?
Chris Short just beaten to it. Howells takes it on again from Lineker, and the ball back in behind, and he's done it again. Fatal, leaving Lineker unmarked in the penalty area. There's only one outcome. He gets his second goal of the game, his 32nd goal of the season. It was a lovely ball by Howells, but look at the space he had.
It was a great run by Howells, but again, Gary Lineker finding space, the only forward really on the ground that's capable of doing this. Good ball back by Lineker, and watch how he runs to the space. He knows where the ball's going to be. The defenders don't, neither do the other Tottenham forwards. And there's Gary, all on his own, in the back of the net. Different class.
And County charge forward. Williams. Harding. The cross straight against the Tottenham player, and the shot by Dryden also hit a Tottenham man and goes behind for a corner. Andy Gray unwittingly got in the way of it. Williams tried to float it into that near post. It didn't come off, really. Harding. Farina. Oh, it was a good cross. And Spurs quite happy to see that one knocked behind by Edinburgh for a corner. Really drove it into the near post. Spurs trying to think they were going to get a goal kick out of that, but
not too sure whether they're not right either.
Yeah, they're looking at it again. Perhaps it came off Wilson, but anyway, corner is the outcome. And the young goalkeeper did really well there, Ian Walker. Not easy. Notts County possess a lot of tall and powerfully built players and are very good at corners and free kicks. He was very decisive, though, then, the 20-year-old.
He decided to come for it, and he got it.
Good ball, taken well on the chest by Howells. Craig Short intercepts and does well in the end. Coming through two tackles, Andy Gray clashed with him then, and the referees decided that it was the County man who went in with his foot the highest. I would have thought it was pretty much 50-50 then.
Well, they've been looking for each other, and they found each other. It was 50-50. They both fouled each other. It was a 50-50 foul, this. Perhaps the referee got it right.
Substitution has been made. Steve Slawson, a young striker, former YTS boy, coming on for Notts County. As they've got to go for it here, really. They've got to throw caution to the wind. Oh, it was a poor kick by Cherry. That's the last thing Notts County need at this stage.
Well, that sums up County's performance, really. Abysmal. Abysmal kick.
Williams hikes it forward. Little touch on by Wilson was a good ball. Farina is a good tackle. And that's an excellent ball for Stewart from Allen. The boos for Stewart. He's used to that. That won't put him off at all. Nothing's put him off in that surge forward, and he wins the corner. Steve Cherry will know where the danger could come from here. Lineker having beaten him to the first half corner to give Spurs the lead. At least they'll know about that this time. Marina couldn't reach that one. It comes back to the taker, Gray. Could have been a dangerous ball. Craig Short did well. Gray again. Stewart given time to turn and find Lineker. Gray with the shot. Well wide. In fact, it's gone out for a throw-in.
Well, they certainly had a bit of space and time in the 18-yard box there, did Tottenham.
Cundy. Gray, good touch on. And Lineker fires in another shot. He's in the mood for the hat-trick, Gary Lineker.
But he's got to be a very frustrated man, Neil Warner. I don't know what he does.
And the free kick has gone against the goalkeeper. You don't often see that decision.
I quite agree with the referee's decision here. It's something that I think referees should set their stall out and do this a lot more. Goalkeepers get away with blue murder in this game. They stand there having a chat with their defence, having a fanny around with it, and it's high time referees got hold of them and said, you've got to get on with the game. That's a good decision by the referee.
Well, it'll be a real lesson learned for Walker if County can get something out of this. I'd agree with some things you say, Jim. It's just that the punishment seems hardly to fit the crime, but we'll see as Wilson hits it in. And wide it went. So in the end, no harm done to Spurs, but a few heartaches for this young man.
There's got to be that. Look, he's still fannying around now. I mean, let's take a time on how long he takes. Look, he's still not that bothered. Oh, he's hurrying himself up a bit now. They don't want one from that distance.
Well, Notts County, the oldest club in the land, of course, founder members of the original Football League. But the question is, will they be in the first ever Premier League? It's looking increasingly unlikely, I'm afraid, for them. They're running out of games. They need points badly, and certainly they're running out of time in this match.
I think that sums it up, Al.
Gary Lineker. Oh, that's a lovely place ball. Good interception, though. Draper did really well then, because Howell was steaming in on the left and Lineker saw him.
Yeah, well read by the defender, because Howells was coming in very fast. Good bit of football.
Craig Short. Not a good clearance. Straight to Cundy. On it goes toward Lineker again. And he seems to be able to get a shot in from just about any angle or position on the field. Edinburgh for Spurs. Free kick given. And a little bit of a altercation between Kevin Wilson and Justin Edinburgh, but it's nothing really.
Well, he always likes to say a few words, does Justin.
And Gary Lineker's having to go off here because of that injury he picked up a few minutes ago.
Yeah, I genuinely think that he stubbed his toe, you know, Alan, and it's sensible that he comes off. He's done his night's work. Put the other lad on, let him have a crack. You can't score more than 2 goals in 2 opportunities. He's done his job. Slightly happier bench there. A bit more relaxed. With less than a minute to go, you can be.
Terrible kick by the goalkeeper Walker, though. Thomas wins it for Notts County. Notts County have a throw, but it's not going to be enough. Dryden. Goal kick. A very significant result here at Meadow Lane then. Notts County 0, Tottenham Hotspur 2. Notts County stay one place off the bottom. Spurs now go 12 points clear of them and still have a game in hand. It's a result that will probably make Tottenham safe and also will probably put Notts County down. Gary Lineker's 2 goals, the architect of Spurs' victory. What are they going to do without him next season? Final score at Meadow Lane, Notts County 0, Tottenham Hotspur 2.
Neil, you have to concede relegation now, surely.
I think so. I mean, people will say mathematical and all this rubbish, but it wasn't just the defeat, really. It was the way we lost. I think, you know, we were totally... They were too good for us on the night, and it looked like it's been a hard season for some of us. We were tired legs.
Long meeting with your players afterwards. What was all that about, then?
It was just a talk because we've come in 2 divisions in 2 years, and we've come on too quickly. We haven't had a chance to learn by our mistakes, and all of a sudden we're playing in between systems and people blame everything else when things go wrong. And really the answer is in the dressing room, and you know, we've got 5 games and we've got to play for our pride, really. I was disappointed we won 2 lads tonight, and it was the first time for 2.5 years, really. And I want to make sure that the 5 games we've got left, that we do our best and that we don't throw the towel in.
Do you want to stay here?
I think a lot depends on what happens on and off the field. The chairman's ambitious. We've had our problems between ourselves, me and him, and you never know in football, do you? But at this moment in time, I think it's a super club. I've been loyal so far. Every job that comes up, I'm supposed to be taking over next week, Gary. I don't know where I'm taking over next week, but you know, it's a compliment to be named with clubs. But we just get on with it, and the crowd are good. We've not got a big crowd, but the following have been very good. They haven't criticised too much because they know that the lads have been given 100%.